Have you noticed how the internet is full of promises of quick money? Start a side hustle today and get rich tomorrow. But if it were that easy, why are most people still struggling financially? The truth is that side hustles are not the path to financial freedom. In fact, they might be keeping you trapped in the rat race, the illusion of easy money. Why most people fall into the side hustle trap. It's tempting to believe that a side hustle is the key to financial freedom. After all, social media is full of promises of easy money. Work 2 hours a day and make 6 figures a month. Or start today and earn thousands of dollars with no experience. But the reality is that most of these stories are carefully edited to seem simple and accessible. At their core, they exploit the human desire for shortcuts and quick fixes. A desire so old that even the Bible warns against it. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. The problem with this mindset is that it causes people to spend their time and energy jumping from one opportunity to another without ever building something solid. They become spectators in a game they never actually play, always searching for the secret that will finally make them rich. What they don't realize is that this constant search keeps them trapped in the same cycle of frustration and stagnation. Like the Israelites wandering in the desert for 40 years, many people go in circles because they place their hope in the next big trend instead of committing to a real path of growth. And here's a crucial detail no one talks about. Side hustles often require more time than expected and pay less than anticipated. You might start something thinking it will be easy extra money, but soon realize you need to invest time learning, adjusting strategies, and dealing with fierce competition. In the end, the financial return doesn't justify the effort, and what was supposed to be a boost to your financial freedom ends up becoming just another job without the benefits of a stable salary. You traded time for money, but you didn't build anything lasting. The hard truth is that real wealth creation requires a long-term vision. It's not about finding the perfect opportunity, but about creating genuine and scalable value. The problem is that many people don't see this because they are too distracted by temporary solutions. But there is a better way, and that's what we'll explore in the next topic. The big mistake of trading time for money instead of building real wealth. The big mistake. Trading time for money instead of building real wealth. Many people believe that the best way to improve their financial situation is simply to earn more money. It makes sense, right? If your salary isn't enough, the obvious solution seems to be finding an extra job. But this logic has a serious flaw. It keeps you trapped in a system where your income is always limited by your time. And since your time is finite, your income will always have a ceiling. This is why so many people work tirelessly and still never achieve true financial freedom. The Bible teaches us a fundamental truth about prosperity. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. Proverbs 13:22. But if the only way you make money is through direct effort, you'll never accumulate enough wealth to leave a legacy. The key to breaking this cycle is to create something that continuously generates value, even when you're not actively working. This means developing assets, businesses, investments, and knowledge that work for you rather than relying solely on your daily effort. A practical example of this is the difference between a freelancer and an entrepreneur. A freelancer might earn a decent income, but every payment is tied to a new project. If they stop working, the money stops too. An entrepreneur, on the other hand, builds a system that can function even in their absence. This could be a digital business, an investment in stocks or real estate, or even a well-structured YouTube channel. The crucial difference is that an entrepreneur focuses on creating something scalable, while a freelancer or side hustler remains stuck in the traditional model of trading time for money. What most people need is not just a higher income, but a complete shift in how they view money and time. Instead of seeking immediate solutions, they need to focus on strategies that allow for long-term growth. And this shift in mindset is essential to understanding what truly works, a model that the Bible itself teaches about prosperity. In the next topic, we will explore how biblical financial principles can transform your perspective on money and business. What really works? The biblical model of financial prosperity. The world teaches that wealth comes from hard work and seizing the right opportunities. But the Bible presents a much deeper perspective on prosperity. True wealth doesn't come just from effort, but from wisdom and good stewardship. Proverbs 3:9-10 states, "Honor the Lord with your wealth, and with the first fruits of all your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine." This principle shows that prosperity begins with proper resource management, not with a relentless pursuit of money. The parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, is one of the greatest biblical teachings on financial growth. In this story, a master gives different amounts of talents, money, to his servants before traveling. Two of them multiply what they received, while the third buries his talent out of fear of losing it. When the master returns, he praises those who increased their wealth and condemns the one who did nothing. This parable teaches a powerful lesson. Wealth is not about how much you earn, but how much you multiply. The servant who merely preserved his money was not called faithful. He was called negligent. This means that to prosper financially, it's not enough to just work hard and save money. You must apply the principles of multiplication. This could mean investing, starting a business, or finding ways to make your money generate more money. Many people fail financially because they think like the third servant. They fear taking risks. They don't study how to multiply their resources, and they end up stagnant. The Bible teaches that we must be faithful stewards, using every opportunity to grow and prosper. Biblical prosperity also involves generosity. Proverbs 11:24-25 states, "One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered." This shows that prosperity isn't just about accumulation, but circulation. People who learn to manage well, invest wisely, and give generously are the ones who build lasting wealth. But how can we apply this practically? In the next topic, we'll break down a clear 4-step model to create a solid and sustainable business. The 4 steps to building an impactful business instead of just a side hustle. Building a real business is not a mystical process reserved for a select few. There is a clear path that anyone can follow, and it boils down to 4 fundamental steps. Identify a problem, create a solution, ensure you get paid for it, and continuously refine the process. This model is simple, but extremely powerful, and when applied with wisdom, it can lead to true financial freedom. The first step is identifying a real problem. Every successful business exists because it solves an issue that people struggle with. And believe me, problems are everywhere. From small daily inconveniences to major corporate challenges, there is always a need waiting to be solved. A great biblical example of this is Joseph in Egypt. He foresaw an upcoming famine, a massive problem, and created a solution by managing grain storage. This strategic vision took him from a slave to the ruler of Egypt, Genesis 41. Likewise, your path to prosperity begins when you start seeing opportunities where others only see difficulties. The second step is creating a relevant and scalable solution. Many aspiring entrepreneurs make the mistake of trying to build something perfect before even testing their idea. Instead, the right approach is to start with a minimum viable product, a simple version of your solution that can be tested and improved over time. Jesus himself applied this principle when he sent out his disciples to preach before completing his ministry, Luke 10:1-9. He trained them, but didn't wait for them to be perfect before putting them into action. The lesson is clear. Start with what you have and refine it along the way. The third step is making sure you get paid for your solution. Many people create amazing things but fail to monetize their ideas. The Bible emphasizes the importance of fair compensation for work. The worker is worthy of his wages. Luke 10:7. This means that charging for your services is not only legitimate, but necessary for your business to grow and thrive. Conducting market research, understanding the value your solution provides, and setting the right price are crucial factors for ensuring financial sustainability. Finally, the fourth step is refining and repeating the process. Successful businesses don't start fully developed, they evolve over time. Those who learn to listen to their customers, adjust their offerings, and scale their operations have a much higher chance of prospering. In the next topic, we'll talk about the mindset shift that separates those who achieve wealth from those who remain stuck in financial mediocrity. The mindset shift needed to break free from financial mediocrity. Many people believe that the difference between the rich and the poor is how much money they make. But the truth is that the biggest difference lies in their mindset. The way you think about money, work, and opportunities determines your financial future. Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." This means that if someone sees themselves as limited and incapable, they will live within those limitations. But those who learn to think like entrepreneurs and investors can break free from the cycle of scarcity. One of the most damaging mentalities is that of the worker who earns a paycheck and spends it all. This is the traditional model. Work hard, get paid, cover expenses, and repeat, without ever building assets or passive income sources. This creates a life dependent on the next paycheck, leaving no room for financial growth. In contrast, those who prosper learn to manage their resources wisely, invest part of what they earn, and create multiple income streams. This principle is seen in the parable of the talents. Matthew 25:14-30, where the servants who multiplied their talents were rewarded, while the one who buried his money was rebuked. Another key aspect of a wealthy mindset is understanding that patience and consistency are more valuable than quick gains. Proverbs 13:11 teaches, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." This means that chasing financial shortcuts rarely leads to true prosperity. The secret is not in finding the perfect idea or getting lucky, but in building something solid and sustainable over time. Those who understand this stop looking for instant solutions and start planting seeds for a future harvest. Finally, faith plays a crucial role in mindset transformation. Many people don't advance financially because they fear failure or don't believe they are capable of something greater. But Hebrews 11:6 reminds us, "Without faith, it is impossible to please God." True faith leads to action, and consistent action is what builds real wealth. But knowing all of this is not enough. The next step is turning knowledge into practice. In the next topic, we will explore how to take the first step toward breaking free from the rat race and building something lasting. Time to take action. The first step to escape the rat race and build something lasting. Knowing the right path to prosperity means nothing if you don't take action. Many people consume knowledge, watch videos, read books, and take courses, but never take the first step. They become experts in theory, but remain paralyzed in practice. Proverbs 14:23 warns, "All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty." In other words, as long as you don't take action, your financial life will remain exactly the same. The first step to escaping the rat race doesn't have to be grand, but it must be taken. If you want to build a business, start today by identifying a real problem you can solve. Grab a notebook and list difficulties that you or others face daily. Then choose one and think of a solution. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to exist. Many people wait until they have the perfect idea before starting. But financial success doesn't come from perfection. It comes from execution. Another crucial step is changing your circle of influence. If you're surrounded by people who are stuck in survival mode, you're likely to stay in that cycle too. Proverbs 13:20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." Start connecting with people who are already where you want to be. Read books on business and investing, join networking groups, and seek mentors who can guide you. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, just learn from those who have already succeeded. Finally, commit to a plan of action. Set clear and achievable goals for the next 30 days. It could be something simple, like launching a minimum viable product, making your first investment, or starting a channel to share your knowledge. What matters is breaking out of inaction. Your next level of financial success won't happen by accident. It will come from a conscious decision to take action. And if you truly want to build something lasting, you must abandon distractions and focus on what really matters. Now, the question is, are you ready to take that first step? Now that you understand why side hustles are not the answer to financial freedom, the question remains, what will you do with this knowledge? You can continue on the same path, trying to juggle small side jobs and hoping that one day things will change. Or you can make a different decision today and start building something truly meaningful and lasting. The secret to escaping the rat race is thinking big and acting with purpose. Instead of trading your time for small payments, you need to learn how to create assets that generate wealth even when you are not working. The Bible teaches this principle clearly. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. Proverbs 13:22. What you are building today, can it be passed on to the next generation? Or will it disappear as soon as you stop working? Write in the comments, "God chose me to prosper in all areas." Declare it, and watch how this belief transforms your life in every aspect. So here's my challenge for you. What is the first step you will take today to change your financial future? Will you start planning a business that solves a real problem? Will you study investments? Will you abandon the mindset of exhausting labor and focus on multiplication? Comment below and let me know what action you will take. And if you want to keep learning how to apply biblical financial principles to transform your life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here you'll find the teachings no one tells you about money, faith, and prosperity. See you in the next video.